The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke, Kevin Price, and Robbie Ross. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, and joined here by Coach Jason Wicker, Trey Hargrove, and Marquand Washington. They're part of the 2023 Georgia Coaches Association 5A State Champion Weightlifting Group. Congratulations, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, Coach, talk a little bit about the event. You guys went up to Heard County this past weekend and was able to improve one spot. Last year, you guys were runner-ups for the state championship. This year, you were able to get it done. But talk a little bit about this event and what it all, who all puts it on and what it's all about.
It was a great event. It was at Heard County High School. I've known Coach Yates for a long time, and we were kind of concerned about it being at Heard County since it's such a far drive, but we went up the night before. The kids acted right and everything. We spent the night, got up in the morning. I saw Trey the next morning with his book bag on with a cup of coffee. So he had the old game face on. But it was probably the best run weightlifting competition that we've been to. I mean, there was over 700, 800 kids there that were participating, and we got done around 5:30. We're able to get back here in Waycross around 10:30. But it was well worth it. The kids did really, really well, and it was a great event.
Right. And we've got Trey and Marquand here today, but you guys took, how many kids did you guys take?
We took 19.
Wow, that's a lot. So, and we'd love to talk to them all, but space and time doesn't allow that for today. But we do have Trey Hargrove. As a matter of fact, you may see in the background, he was one of our cover athletes back during football season. But Trey, talk a little bit about the event and what you participated in, and what do you remember most about the event?
Well, the most memorable part is probably me hitting 350. It's been a while since I hit it, so getting back to where I was at before injuries and stuff, the recovery, and be able to come back and hit 350 was really nice. It was a lot of people there. The environment was loud. All eyes were on you while you were going. It was, yeah.
Kind of like being under a microscope,
yeah,
man.
It was like being under a microscope.
Right. And you won the 5A individual for the 225 weight class, correct?
Yes, sir. I won first place. The year before I came in second, so I was hungry for first place this year.
Well, congratulations. And Marquand, talk a little bit about the event and what classification you were in.
I was in the 245-pound weight class. I came in first place. the way it was just set up, it was good.
Right. Now you guys did 2 events, right? You did a clean and then a bench, or what events were you participating in?
Yeah, power clean and bench press.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
All right. Good deal. What you want to talk about? What you did? What did you power clean? What did you bench press?
I power clean 325, and I did 305 on bench press.
All right. Good deal. There's reps of that, or just throw it up one time, or how did that work?
Throw it up one time.
Throw it up one time. Good deal. Well, Coach, I know you guys had 19 guys, and this was a team effort. I mean, these guys won as individuals, but you also won as a team. Talk a little bit about what it takes to win that team award.
Well, I mean, you're going to have certain weight classes where, there's going to be other schools that are just so much stronger than you, and if you just get those kids to participate, you're going to get points, even though they may not win their weight class or come in second or come in third. We had a couple of kids in the lighter weight class. I told them, I said, guys, you're not going to finish first or second or third. I said, your goal is to get a new number.
Right.
And I think we had maybe four out of 5 of those kids that were not going to be a 1, 2, or 3. They all got new numbers. And to me, that's as important as these 2 guys winning a state championship and them getting big numbers as some of those mighty mites or younger guys that a lot of people don't know about. They get new numbers. In my opinion, that's what it's all about.
Right. And you're calling a new number. Is that like a personal best? Is that what that is?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Well, and talk about, because weightlifting really is a year-round thing. I mean, both of these guys play football. They're part of the football program. Talk a little bit about how weightlifting transfers over to football and vice versa.
Well, Coach, what we do is, I know there's a lot of programs in the country that do certain things, but what we do in the weight room is it's all about building explosiveness, and it's not just for football. We have most of our basketball team, most of our baseball team in the weight room, and we're trying to develop explosiveness, and it works, apparent with these 2, especially what they do in the weight room and on the football field. But it just shows with the baseball kids, the basketball kids, even the soccer kids. And it is a year-round thing. We don't give them a lot of time off. I know yesterday was kind of a drag in the weight room with the 3-day weekend and all that kind of stuff, and then us getting back late, and it's kind of one of those things. It don't stop.
Right.
But these guys and most of the guys do a great job as they understand that it's not going to stop. And our philosophy is you can't work out on the days when you feel good.
Right.
You got to work out on the days when you don't feel good. And and like they were talking about the environment and the eye spot on you, and I think that's what we do in the weight room with the loud music and the yelling and all that stuff, is putting pressure on them. Even on a Friday night in front of those big, huge crowds and all that kind of stuff, I think the pressure that we put on in that room, this ain't nothing compared to what we got to go through Monday through Friday, and that's just what we try to create. And, for the most part, it works really well.
Right. Well, Trey's moving on. Trey's going to graduate. He's going to go on to Kennesaw State, but you got Marquand back next year for his senior season. So looking forward to that. But congratulations again, Coach. Again, wish we could add all 19 guys in here, but congratulations to the Ware County Gators as a whole. But you guys keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, and I'm here with the 2023 Georgia Coaches Association AA Weightlifting State Champions, Pierce County Bears. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
All right. We got Coach Aaron. Coach Aaron, this event took place over in Heard County, but talk a little bit about what led Pierce County to go be a part of this weightlifting championship.
Well, we've done it every year, and we really enjoy it. It gives kids a chance to compete, and we're working in the weight room 12 months a year, so it's we got a lot of sports here, but this is something we do year round. If you play baseball, you just play during one season. You may train a little bit all season, but we lift year round, 12 months a year. So this is really, really fun for our guys to get to show off how they work, how hard they work, how strong they are. And we've been doing a good job of it. These guys have done a good job of it for several years now. And this year we finally everything worked out where we won the point total and we're AA state champions.
Right. Well, now you and Coach Schultz will pretty much run the weight room here. Is there any other coaches that help with this, or is it just you two guys?
Just me and him.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. Well, you guys, you went over there. You won a AA. Are the classifications set up basically just like football, or are things different there for the weightlifting?
Yeah, you had 2 single A classes, and you had AA, AAA, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A. As the classes get bigger, less schools compete in it for some reason. I don't know why, but I think there were 0 7As there this year, couple 6, couple 5, just maybe 2 4. But the smaller schools really enjoy it. It just seems to be more enthusiasm from smaller schools to do it.
Right. Now, how many guys did you take over there to the event? We've got the 4 individual champions here, but how many kids were a part of the championship team?
I think we took 17, didn't we, Coach?
17. Okay. All right. Well, good deal. And we got 4 individual champions here, so we're going to let them introduce herself. We'll start off with Mason.
I'm Mason Woodcock. I won the 160 weight class and pound for pound instead.
Right, now it was all classifications, not just AA. That was pound for pound for all the state of Georgia. So congratulations.
Yeah, that's a big deal to be the pound for pound strongest kid in the state, all classifications. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So, all right, we'll start here with Carson.
Carson Sloan. I won the 225 division. I power clean 325 and bench press 290.
All right, next.
My name is Jamarian Gatton. I won the 190 pound weight class.
All right.
My name is John Evans. I won the 180 weight class.
All right. So you had 4 individual winners. Mason was pound for pound for the state, so that's a pretty good run.
It was a heck of a weekend. Heard County did a great job of hosting it. They had a real nice school, real nice gym. They did a good job. We really enjoyed it. We can't wait to go back next year. I think hopefully they'll host it again. But we just had some great performances. A lot of guys had PRs up there. But with Mason getting the pound for pound for all classes, it was a real special Saturday.
Right. And these guys, Coach, who are seniors, who's coming back? Do you have any of these guys that'll return next year?
Well, Mason's a senior, Jamarion's a senior, so we're gonna miss those 2. But we got Carson back, got Ja back, and we got some other guys that'll be pretty tough next year.
Right. Well, the old adage is football's won in the weight room. How much does this translate into your football program and what you guys did?
Well, it is our football program. That's our program is based on working every day, and these guys work out every day during football season. They're in the weight room 6 days a week. Right now, they're in there 5 days a week. So it's everything we do is based on what we do in the weight room.
Right. Any other plans? Are there any other events, or is this pretty much the big premier event for the year?
Well, Woodcock may could go to the Nationals. I don't know.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time today. Congratulations. We wish we could get the whole team in here, but it's a little tight to put 17 guys in here. But congratulations to you 4 for winning your weight class. You guys keep up the good work, and hopefully next year we'll be talking about the 2-time AA weightlifting state champions.
Thanks, Sean.
Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Hello, everybody. Kevin Price for On Air with 912 Sports. As most of you probably know, region play in several of the spring sports heating up as we reach the mid-March point of the season. And of course, that does include baseball here in Southeast Georgia. One of the regions we follow most closely is Region 2 6A, which of course includes Brunswick and Glenn Academy out of Glenn County, and then also South Effingham and Effingham. And then, of course, now this year, for the first time after the reclassification in the Georgia High School Association, starting this school year, this region has included 3 Augusta area schools, Lakeside Evans, and also Grovetown. So the way baseball has decided to do things in region play, particularly for Glenn and Brunswick, is when they are playing the other Southeast Georgia schools, which of course would be Effingham and South Effingham, same basic schedule they have played the last several years in region action: a Monday game, a Wednesday game, and a Friday game. And of course, one team is at home on Monday and also Friday, with the middle game being at the other team's place. Now, the way Brunswick and Glenn this year, and also the Effingham schools, even though there are some variances in the schedule, is that they are playing the Augusta schools on a Tuesday one-game scenario and then a Friday doubleheader. So basically, when you look at Glenn Academy and Brunswick, the 2 teams we cover on our Golden Isles baseball broadcasting platform on 912sports.net, they will make 3 trips to the Augusta area to play those 3 Augusta schools, whether it's a Tuesday one-game situation or a Friday doubleheader situation. Now, Brunswick got their first taste of the Augusta road trip last week when they took on Evans, of course, up in Augusta. Brunswick went to Evans for 1 game last Tuesday, won that game 5-4. They were supposed to play a doubleheader here last Friday. Weather got involved. Mother Nature forced that game, or those 2 games, to be pushed back to Saturday. Evans came down to the Georgia coast and knocked off the Brunswick High School Pirates 6-0 and also 3-2 in a really good game to close out that series. So ended up taking 2 out of 3. Brunswick doing it the opposite this week. They hosted Grovetown on Tuesday, won at Bud Couch Field 10-6, and then we'll go to Grovetown. That was supposed to be a doubleheader on Friday. Because of possible rain in the Augusta area, that series actually moved up to today, Thursday. So the Pirates and Grovetown playing 2 games today to round out that series. And then Glenn Academy getting their first taste of the Augusta adventure, if you will, going to Lakeside Evans to take on Lakeside on Tuesday. Glenn won that ball game up there 6-0 to open that region series with the Lakeside Evans Panthers. And then Lakeside coming down to Glenn County on Friday for a doubleheader against the Red Terrors. That series, as we speak, as far as we know, still planned to happen on Friday with better weather forecasted here in the Golden Isles for Lakeside and Glenn Academy. But after Tuesday's game at home at Bud Couch Field against Grovetown, I had the opportunity to sit down with BHS head coach Greg Roberts to talk about the whole Augusta deal, how the region decided to play this, and really right now how he feels after doing the Augusta trip once and getting ready to do it again this week against Grovetown. Here's what Coach Roberts had to say about the whole Augusta adventure, we might as well call it.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
All right, Coach Roberts, just tell us, obviously you're playing the Augusta schools this year in the region, so there's 3 Augusta schools, Grovetown, Lakeside, Evans, and Evans. You took on Evans last week where you went up and played the Tuesday game. Then, of course, y'all were supposed to play here 2 games on Friday. That got moved to Saturday just because of weather. This week you're doing it the opposite, taking on Grovetown here at home on Tuesday, then going up there for what was supposed to be a Friday doubleheader that also has been moved to Thursday because of weather. But forget the weather part of it, Coach. I mean, just talk about the setup that the region coaches got together with and decided how y'all were going to do this, playing those teams on Tuesday, either home or away, and then the doubleheader on Friday.
Well, majority of us want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and keep it uniform as we could keep it. I mean, because with playing 2 on Friday, or kind of same scenario with us, if we had to play 2 on Saturday against Evans here, and if we haven't been playing on Monday, that could have been a big issue. So in a perfect world, we would like to have kept them all the same, and it being Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But because of the amount of school that the kids would miss, and it's an all-day trip. I mean, you were with us, so leaving at 9 o'clock in the morning, stopping and eating, getting off and stretching, and then by the time you get to the field and unwind and get loose again, it's game time by 4 o'clock. So it's a full day out of school, and principals, administration, those kind of scenarios, they don't like kids missing school, especially that much. So that was the biggest issue, was the amount of time missed, classroom time, seat time of kids missing possibly a Monday and a Friday of all day of school. So two full days in a week is a lot to have to come back from. It's similar to a college schedule of not being there at all or being on the road for 3 or 4 days. So that was the biggest concern. So we came to the conclusion of the doubleheader scenario, which it's not something that we do a lot throughout the season. No one does a tremendous amount. There are teams that do it early in the year, especially for baseball at the beach. Teams come down, get that doubleheader, but it's playoff-like. I mean, if you're in the playoffs at some point, more than likely you're going to get game 1, game 2 on the opening night, and if possible the next day, or vice versa, 1 the first night and then 2 the next. So it kind of sets up a little bit for playoff scenarios, which I do like in that magnitude.
And Coach, talk about the decision where you play the road game on Tuesday and then the 2 home games on Friday. And there was a question here, I guess that was a valid question, as to whether maybe it would be like the playoffs, where even though a team is hosting the doubleheader, the road team is the home team for one of those games. Did y'all talk about that scenario at all, or do you strictly have home field advantage like you would in the region series? It just so happens they're on the same day.
Yeah, we set it that way because next year will be just the opposite. So we predetermined 2 years in advance. So next year we'll be at Evans for 2. So don't want to lose those 2 home games where you're the home team, obviously. So I don't remember us even discussing that as far as the concerns of it being a home and away scenario. So everyone, we pull numbers out of a hat, and that dictates what week we play what team is how it is set. So, and what team is the home team is already predetermined. So next year it'll be just the opposite. So no, it wasn't an issue of one team being the home team, one being the visitor, because it's going to play out next year regardless.
And I guess, Coach, the good thing about it is there's 3 schools in this neck of the woods here in the 912 area code, 3 up there. So whether you go up there for 1 game or 2 games, you are having to make that trip, 3 times, to play all of those opponents, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're gonna make one here. We're gonna make one there. That's how it worked out. The only glitch was the Effingham schools kind of being in the center, and it's tougher on the team that has to play 2 on Friday and come back 1 on Monday if you had to bring that guy back, one of those starters back arm wise. So in their scenario where they're doing mostly all Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, it's a little different for them. So the 2 Glenn County schools and the 3 Augusta schools, it's kind of different for us because we are playing that doubleheader situation every Friday. So that there is, and that's the one thing that we wanted to try to stay away from is anything dictating one team gets an upper hand on the other or the next week being an issue. And it's kind of what we were worried about Saturday. Jumping into Saturday from last week was, if that had been a Monday situation, it could have been a lot more tough on both of us. So that's really the decision why we went to Thursdays, because there's a chance of rain on Saturday as well.
And Coach, talk about it. I mean, you went for the Tuesday game, so I mean, you really spent more time on the bus between going up and back, and really either way, going up or way back, could have possibly been, and it probably was, longer than the game itself.
It was.
So when you play 2 games, maybe it makes a little more sense to travel that far to play 2 games. But all that aside, I went with you guys last week on Tuesday. Again, your kids are out of school all day, but it's really a business trip, but it's business in baseball terms. Everything is centered around baseball, getting ready to play on the way up there, and then coming home. Y'all were already making kind of plans for the rest of the week, and maybe some kids were having fun on the bus, but also maybe getting a little sleep and that kind of stuff too. But the trip itself, I really didn't think it was all that bad, and I was a little bit surprised. And what was your thoughts on just the way up, the way back? I know it made it easier that y'all won,
of course.
But just what was your thoughts on the trip?
I mean, the kids love it. I mean, as far as, obviously the out of school situation, but I mean, as far as camaraderie and time together and time served and being able to sit around and talk to each other and play games, whether it's cards or whatever they're doing in the back of the bus, it's good for that nature of things, for them to bond and to become closer. It gives us as a coaching staff a lot of time to sit and talk about strategies and us talk about other things, and as well as go through notes and talk about the week and what we want to do and who we like here and who we like there. Where on a regular day, I've got guys at different middle schools that coach on the staff, guys that are community guys. Coach Bialis and I are here at the school. We don't get a lot of time where we can just sit and talk unless it's after games or after practices, and then we're trying to get home to families and rest and start over again. So those long bus rides give you some time to talk to your coaches and just kind of get acquainted even better and become a more cohesive group. The ride home is the worst part. Going to it, the nerves of going to a region game and kind of the mindset of it, and stopping and eating is fun, but is the long ride home is the worst piece, and having to flip it and get up the next morning and get back to work, and kids having to get out of a scenario where they're getting back at 11 and get back at school is different on them. It's a long week. It makes for a long day, especially turning that into midweek run. I mean, this week obviously it's not going to happen for us this way, but last week, Wednesday and Thursday, I mean, there was some days where you could tell even our legs, and Wednesday's practice wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, because I felt like we were a little complacent because of the long ride back and them being out of their normal schedule.
And Coach, talk about it. I mean, you're dealing with weather last week, and it looked like a real good chance of rain all week on Friday. Y'all held out as long as y'all could to make that call to push that back to Saturday, and then this week you're dealing with the weather. That call has already been made, so you can plan accordingly. But it's not like riding from here to Jessup and you can take a chance and turn around, come back, get there, and maybe the bottom falls out. So when you got a 3.5 hour trip to make, you got to be a little more certain that you can play. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the toughest part, is making that call. Evans and I, we talked the night before we made the decision, the day of 2 or 3 times, watching the weather 3 or 4 times a day, watching the weather forecast change. And you don't want to make the tough decision, because Evans played yesterday. They played Monday night against South. So after playing 2 on Saturday, they were one of those that got in that situation because of weather. Like you said, if it is a Wayne County, it's right down the road, and we can jump in a bus and you're around trip an hour and a half. We're just getting halfway at an hour and a half going to Augusta, and that's the toughest piece of it is bringing that distance involved with weather and how. If we don't play Thursday, the scenario of not playing Friday with rain, not playing Saturday with rain, and then having to making up 1 game is one thing. Having to make up 2 when everybody is in the middle of region play, it could throw a huge conundrum on seeding, who wins games, pitching staffs, who's playing where. That can really change the outcome of a week, a season for that matter.
And one thing that y'all have had to deal with, and I guess this could be a convoluted answer, so maybe we shouldn't get into it too much, but everybody's on different spring breaks.
Yes.
They also have this little tournament up there in Augusta called the Masters, which, brings a ton of people in there. There's no baseball team that maybe wants to be caught in that situation and fighting traffic to and from a game and finding a place to eat, even just to get pizza like you guys did. A lot of people are going to have probably that pizza after the golf tournament or whatnot. So that's another element that y'all have to deal with the Augusta schools, and they've dealt with it a long time.
Well, yeah, as we pulled for who plays who on certain weeks, we knew going in that Masters Week was a big scenario for them. So one of the teams actually had the week off, so it worked out for them. They could work their schedule on their off week to work around Masters Week, obviously in Augusta, and then the other two actually landed on that week of it. So two Augusta schools actually fell in the week of the Masters. So I think they're going to go ahead and knock theirs out prior to the weekend starting. So it ended up working out, but that was a discussion of them saying, "Hey, look, if we pull this way, this could kind of shake everything up," and it ended up working out for us pretty well.
All right, Coach. Well, good stuff. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks, Kevin.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal!
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.